So, Mike Dolce here from Secrets of the Sire, your comic book movie podcast. I've got Nicholas Brendon, Buffy the Vampire Slayer extraordinaire at Wizard World Chicago. Nicholas, first of all, it's been 20 years since Buffy's been around, but the fan response is still just so tremendous. I mean, how does that make you feel to be a part of something that's kind of lingered and lasted this long?
It makes me feel like a god. It's, it's just a testament to, to my acting, really. It's all about me. It's odd. It's wonderful, but it's odd, you know? I mean, I get it, because I love the show as well, but it's just, it's a weird thing,
So I caught you guys at the Wizard World Philly Buffy reunion panel, and a lot of people came up and said, we grew up when we were little kids actually watching it, and now they've become fans. You know, what does that do for you? Like, what kind of reaction do you get when you see like a new generation just discovering the series?
Well, like the kids of the people that watch the show, it's nuts. Yeah, I mean, it's in part why Fox is doing merchandise again, because there's a whole different, like, there's just a whole, it's just really, I mean, God bless when it was on Netflix and Hulu, and you know, but I mean, it's weird, man. It's just really weird.
Give me your best. Give me your go-to memory moment from being on the show, both as your character moment and just behind the scenes with the actors.
Oh man, I mean, that's tough.
I asked the hard questions.
You know what I mean? I mean, character moment. Fudge. Shit.
It's good. We can curse on this. It's good.
You know, I don't. I mean, there are so many moments. It's really hard to pick one. You know.
What's your favorite episode for Xander?
For Xander, probably the Zeppo.
Easily hands down. Right?
Yeah, but I also really enjoyed Buffy versus Dracula. I like playing Renfield a lot.
Okay, yeah.
Favorite episodes, Once More with Feeling.
How was that for you doing the musical episode? I mean, I think everyone had their own fears. I know. Willow, didn't even want to really sing at all.
I didn't. I was like, bring it on. I mean, if I sucked, it didn't really matter because I wasn't hired to be a singer or a dancer. I happen to not suck, but I didn't understand like what the hubbubaloo was about. You know, it's just kind of I had a good time with it. So yeah.
You did some writing for some of the Dark Horse comics as well too, in comic book writing. What's your experience with the comic book writing, and is it something you want to be doing more of? Did you enjoy kind of being the maestro as opposed to just kind of acting out the character parts?
Yeah, it was great because I would like have these ideas, and then I would call or text my writing partner and say, hey, what do you think about this? Because one of them we had a bridge episode, we had a one-off where I said, like, what if Giles, who was a kid, what if he becomes normal Giles again but realizes he likes being a kid better? So we did like a whole episode on that, and then there was one I was in Paris. And I came up with this really kind of just big vampire who was depressed, and he committed suicide by impaling himself on the Eiffel Tower, which we then did with the building in San Francisco with the monster. Because I pitched it, I was like, that's a great idea. So yeah, so it's neat having ideas and then seeing them come to fruition.
So I've written I write comics, and I wrote a comic for Image Comics with a fellow who does producing work in Hollywood, and he said, boy, I love comics because it's so immediate. You know, like there's no like having to go through 15 million hoops. It's just, this is it, and you get your idea out and you're done. And so people seem to like love that aspect.
Yeah, it was like weeks, we would kind of have the idea, then all of a sudden, we would finish the script, and then they would have it all, drawn up. So yeah, it's kind of crazy.
And seeing the art kind of come to life too. I mean, is that I know as a writer that was always my favorite part, to see like what the artist actually did interpreting my vision.
Yeah, because I think we had like 3 or 4 different artists that were we had one main artist for our stuff, but yeah, it's Christos, my writing partner, who was more of the writer. He was much more specific with notes to the artists. Yeah. It would be like, hey, maybe, it would be like a suggestion.
Are you following the comics now?
I mean, I have, and the new one is it out yet?
I don't know if it is or not. I'm like switching.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's only 10. 10. I always want to call them episodes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Definitely can.
So it's I'll be looking forward to
So the reason I ask is, does it feel weird to see? Oh, Yeah, come on. Does it feel weird to see yourself as an artist representation? Like,
It's weird. I mean, I wasn't a huge comic book fan when I was a kid. So if I was, I can only imagine I'd be like creaming my shorts. But it's definitely kind of a neat thing to say that I am in comic book form.
I'll hit pause.
That's actually a really great segue into the next question, too. So you've been doing these Wizard World tours. You do the Comic-Con tours. What's your like most memorable fan experience that you've had so far to date?
Yeah, I don't. It's I'm very open about my depression, so it's nice interacting with my fans and kind of opening up that dialogue. And I hug all my fans, so it's just nice to kind of just have all of us be there for each other in regards to that.
I mean, it's a sensitive topic, but I mean, is there something you can say to the people out there, words of encouragement, something like that, who might be dealing with the same thing?
Yeah, depression fucking sucks. I mean, it's just kind of it's good to talk about. It's because it's not as sexy. It's not sexy. It's an isolator, and so I just felt, and it really, I didn't know the response that I would get when I did open up about it, but it's been great, and I think it's helped all of us, the community.
I think absolutely. Anytime you can kind of share that stuff, it works. All right, we're gonna do cheesy questions. Cheesy question number 1: superpower you wish you had.
A shrinking penis.
Okay.
It's always huge. It's always engorged. I wish it would shrink.
You want to see how the other half live.
Yeah, I don't get it.
It makes sense. Superhero you would love to play in a Marvel movie. Or DC. We won't discriminate.
Okay. Batgirl.
Better to be a hero or a villain?
Hero.
And you already said Batgirl, so I think we're kind of out of that.
A hero that's also a villain. How's that sound?
That completely, you just blew the minds of everybody. Any closing thoughts? Anything you got coming up? You want to plug anything?
I've got a movie named Redwood that's premiering today in the UK, and start shooting a movie called Judgment in about a month. So yeah.
And what's Judgment about?
I play a killer minister.
That fits it fits the whole motif. It works really great. Nicholas Brendon, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Thank you very much.